Welcome to Workplace Wisdom, where we empower professionals with practical insights and tips. In this video, we will discuss things you don't need to do when applying for a job. Are you tired of wasting time and energy on unnecessary job application practices? If so, you've come to the right place. This video will save you time and frustration. So, without further ado, let's dive into the things you can avoid while applying for a job. First, you don't need to exaggerate or lie on your resume. Honesty is always the best policy. Remember, employers value authenticity and will appreciate your genuine skills and experiences. Next, skip the generic cover letter. Personalize it to showcase why you're the perfect fit for the role. Wasting time on addressing your cover letter to whom it may concern won't impress anyone. You don't need to include irrelevant work experience or education. Focus on what's relevant to the job. Recruiters aren't interested in your high school job at the local fast food joint if you're applying for a managerial position. Don't make your resume too long or too short. Aim for a 1 to 2 page maximum to keep it concise and relevant. Furthermore, avoid using fancy fonts or excessive design elements on your resume. Simplicity is key. Another thing you don't need to do is send a generic "thank you" email after every job application. Reserve your "thank you" message for interviews or after a meaningful connection with a potential employer. Avoid submitting your job application without conducting proper research on the company and the role. Taking the time to understand the company's values and goals will help you tailor your application accordingly. Don't rely solely on online job applications. Networking and making personal connections is essential. Put yourself out there, attend events, and leverage social media platforms to connect with professionals. Avoid submitting your application without proofreading it for errors and typos. Attention to detail matters. Ensure your documents are error-free and polished. These small details can make a big difference. You don't need to include a photo on your resume unless explicitly requested by the employer. Focus on presenting your qualifications and skills rather than your appearance. Avoid using a generic email address for job applications. Create a professional email with your name. A Gmail address with your first and last name is usually a safe bet. Don't forget to tailor your application for each job you apply to. One size does not fit all. Take the time to research the specific needs of each employer and customize your materials accordingly. Avoid following up excessively with employers. Give them time to review your application. One polite follow-up email is sufficient. Appearing too pushy may harm your chances. You don't need to include personal details such as your marital status or age on your resume. These elements are irrelevant and should not be a factor in the hiring decision. Lastly, avoid bad-mouthing previous employers or colleagues during interviews or in your application materials. Maintain professionalism at all times and focus on your own accomplishments and goals. These are just a few things you don't need to do when applying for a job. By avoiding these common mistakes, you can increase your chances of landing that dream job. Subscribe to our channel for more practical insights and tips to succeed in the workplace.